I thought in my head that when I was in secondary school, that when I get to school, the university will teach me a lot of things. I'll become very, I'll be very, like, very good. Like, I'll create robots. I'll know what to follow to school. And if anybody wants to come and look at my channel, my robots will just dig the. What a dream. What a dream in Nigeria. I was just a young boy. Like, in my case, yes. In level 200, I even had the decision of switching a course because in level 200, it dawned on me that I should be studying something else. And that moment, I was confused. In short, I even seek counsel from some persons and it's discouraged me the most. Not just about asking for counsel, is to ask for the counsel from your right person. And for parents that have influence over their child educational decision, they should also ask for counsel from experts before making some important decision concerning their children's life. Hey guys, welcome to another episode of Moment of Mindset podcast. And today we're speaking about effect of career choices. So, Cyril and Sayike, what courses do you plan to? What courses do you study while in school, and why did you choose that course? The process of picking a career was not easy, because I was after trying to get into school, but like twice, well, I wrote jam twice and I didn't pass, so then I had to look for things to do. And then I started any programming in a place. I felt like my life was figured out. So I just, when it was time to pick camp from, I just knew that it was um, computer science, I was saying. But it was not always like that. But yeah, I initially had wanted to study mechanical engineering. Oh, at some point I discovered that I had someone very close to me that was um 200 level into mechanical engineering, and yeah, my expectations for a 200 level student, I wasn't seeing it. Okay, like I had thought in my head that when I was in secondary school, that when I get to the university, it will teach me a lot of things. I'll become very, I'll be very, like, very good. Like, I'll create almost. I know what to follow to school. And if anybody wants to come and look at my channel, my robots will just what a dream. What a dream in Nigeria. I was just a young boy that was in my head. And it was not like that at school. Then computer science is something I was already practicing. Yeah, I was like, okay, since I this one I can control it, I can practice it. So let me study it. So that was how I chose my career. Oh, do you know that in my case, yes, in level 200, I even had the decision of switching a course because in level 200, I felt like I was in the wrong environment. In level 200, it dawned on me that I should be studying something else. And that moment, I was confused. In short, I even seek counsel from some persons and it's discouraged me the more. Because when I told them that I feel like studying something, or they asked me what I'm studying, I told them psychology. And they'll be like, Omo, you sure say you will get a job for Nigeria. Omo, they know they value psychology for Nigeria. And I had a lot of response that discouraged me from chasing that course. So I just had to continue with the course that I was studying and graduate from accounts. Okay, so for me also, part of what influenced my choice to learn software programming was because of the country I find myself. I could see that it well, programming, right? I could build stuff. I think I watched the video them where they say them I've been a programmer is like having a superpower. Oh, and I could build stuff. So I was like, okay, I could build stuff without really working for a company. I mean, yes, I could do stuff. I never had an idea about the mode job that exists there. I just feel that okay with programming, I could do something without being in the Nigerian system. So the fact that I live in a country like Nigeria influenced my decision. I wanted to be out of the system as much as possible. So I see that the career choices was based on the unemployment rate in Nigeria. We were trying to live out of the matrix. So we were looking for courses that will give you employment immediately after you finish school. So I'll ask them, do you think that was the right choice you made, choosing these courses? For me, right now, yes, it was actually the right choice I made because uh, I think I'm looked in Nigeria, like for Nigerian companies, about 2 years after my graduation. a year while I was at school and 2 to 3 years after my graduation. And since then, I've been working for companies outside the country, and then the payment I get, the naira depreciation doesn't affect me much. So yeah, for me, it was a good choice, and um, also because it's something I love. Programming is something like the fact that I can sit in front of my screen and build something. It's actually something I love. So I know it, and I've been doing it, and I've been growing in the area because yes, and it has also been taking care of my bills. So for me, I think it was a good choice, and it's not a good choice. Like I decided to make it clear that it's a good choice because of the fact that I chose it out of love for it, and it was something I was already doing also. Not really because, yeah, the Nigerian system was part of it, but also strike me because okay, this was something I was already doing. I understood it, so that's why I think it's also a good decision. So yeah, there was passion and then the fear of the economy, but their passion was present. Yes, but push it on resent. Yes, that's all that's true. Okay, so for me, I lost passion in accounting for level 400 because I felt I should be doing something else. I felt I had more potential in some other career. So I just had to, would I say, I just have to pass through accounting, say it as a space that I didn't enter, say that I was already studying accounting. I just had to continue because, but I was not, based on the fact that I did not have much passion for that course, it did not really push me in the sense of advancing or studying more than the way I should. I was just studying more like to pass my exam, studying to graduate. But I will not say it's the bad choice generally because after graduation, I was employed and I feel it solved the problem I was trying to avoid from making that choice. But I'll say I didn't really enjoy the career on the long run because it was not giving me the flexibility to explore other potential and work on other skill sets. I feel that was because I was not really guided when I was in school or before making my choices. If not, I would have looked for a way to marry my different career choices, maybe what I would love doing and what I'm already doing. Because accounting is still helping me even in my current job now. But just that accounting shouldn't be my primary job career. So you said you lost passion in accounting in year three. In year two, actually, okay, in year two, yeah, thank you. Um, there are people who has lost passion for courses they are actually studying right now. And then you also say, because this is one of the reasons, but you also say that you were just going to the school and just to pass through it, just to graduate. And I believe maybe in year one, you had this goal of being a first class bent in accounting. And after you lost this passion, where that drive for the first class died in it. So how would you what do we advise someone in your situation right now? How should they cope? Or for people that the school actually gave them a course they never wanted, or parental pressure made them choose a course they never want. How should they cope in such situation? Oh, beautiful. For this question now, what I want to say, it's related to a content Eric made recently. In case you may not check his content, you can check. You see it's handled on the screen. Okay. So he made reference to a point that, for example, if you're studying a course and you feel like switching to another course, that you could look for a way to see how to marry your other course with the one you're currently doing. For example, he said something like if you're doing studying accounting and you want to go into tech, you can try to go into maybe business, being a business analyst or data analyst. And for me, currently, I'm also into media. Yeah. And if I had this knowledge years back, what I would have been doing is that while I'm studying accounting, I would maybe be making videos, doing some vlog. And at the end of the day, I would even be falling in love with coming to school, coming to class with that drive of, oh, let me also go to class or make videos. And knowing that people have started seeing my content, in short, it will even push me to do better in my school. Yeah. Because people are seeing that I'm studying accounting and so I expect a good result from you. So I feel if you're currently studying a course that you don't really have passion for, you can look for what you have passion for and see a way you can marry these two. I think that should have some other bonus. Yeah, like that's like for me, because firstly, I'm big on time mistake, right? So let's say you're studying something and you're 2 years into it and you find out that you don't have passion for it. Firstly, or the first for me, like based on what I think is right, the first thing to do is to see how you can combine what you love or find where they meet, and so that way you get to do what you're doing. Yeah, as is, we get to do what you love. Yeah, by a safe time. I will understand that there is one side, like there's no one size fits all. So maybe there might be times when you really need a drastic change. Yes, so yes. Then you should do that. But of course, if you want to make a drastic decision, you should consider make up considerations about your finances side. So let's say you're doing something, you're studying something like law. Yeah. Then you find out that, oh God, law and med- medicine, exactly. You say, oh, I'm not medicine. Maybe you could be a medical lawyer. But if there's something like that, but that don't go. Of course, and you feel like you have the time and the resources, you can go back and study medicine and healthcare. Go back and study medicine. So, about parents making decisions for their children and their institutions. Firstly, like when it comes to institution, to me, I'm big on if I want to study something that school gives me what I don't want, I don't take it on my test. That's my first. If it takes you 5 years, what if maybe for I'll apply to multiple schools? Okay. So like, and then about parents making decisions for their children, it's a very tricky question. Like I think I was giving these thoughts well some time ago because after some children can make decisions. Like they have a bad making and decision making history. But so the parents they know that and they always have feels you always have this this my son is no the fake his head is not calm like they used to say in my time that this boy head no calm. Like I say, so the parents will want to step into it. That said, yes, exactly because out of love also. But also there's also there are situations whereby some parents they want to live life through their children or they wanted to become accountants and they couldn't. Or chap with your dream, yes. Or they have an accountant friend. Like that was my own case too. At some point, my dad wanted me to do the accountancy because he had a friend that was working in share at that time that had one. Oh my god. And I believe he felt that there will be more chances. Yes, there will be more chances for me. But it work in share it exactly. So parents should not be too controlling when it comes to their career choices. Yes. At some point you need to understand that your children are allowed to make mistakes. Yeah, human beings. Let them make mistakes and let them learn from it also. But also there are times when of course your children need help making decisions. And you should also step in to help them make decisions. But of course, don't try to force them. In the end, they are the ones that will bear a first and fair consequences of that decision. Yeah. So you shouldn't so like there are two things that can happen. If you try to force them to pick a career, they can go good or it could go bad, right? So me as a person, if I was a parent, I'll be like, if this thing goes sir, this boy is going to be the one that'll feel the more weight on this. And so I would do nothing to live what his life. I mean, I made a bad decision that affected. Yes, exactly. And he may end up holding you responsible for his consequences. Yes, it happens. It's some still yeah, some young people are bitter all their life. For their parents, yeah, their parents made a decision, their parents force them into yes. And you can imagine living your life knowing that you were helpless, making the one decision that could have changed your life because your parents forced it. But then it's you see, it's not a one side fits all kind of yes. As advice, the parents are allowed or the children can make decisions themselves. That's why it doesn't make sense to see a counselor or somebody that can like an expert in educational system. Know that we should talk to them. That's one thing we don't play. Like we don't seek experts advice a lot in Nigeria too. That's best. We try to make decisions and we boost our head, we hit our head, we try to make decisions on things we don't know. It's like this thing they're trying to learn a new programming lab without watching a tutorial about it or seeing someone. A tutorial, of course, is an expert telling you more about that. That's how you learn it. But then in Nigeria, we try to make decisions. So I think that's what I have to say. Okay, I pointed out some key points you mentioned in your story. Why isn't your story? And you said about you never had good information why you find yourself in that situation of switching from accounting to psychology. So one of the key points is getting an education about this making inquiry from experts. Go on. So it's not just about asking for counsel, it's to ask for the counsel from the right person. And for parents that have influence over their child educational decision, they should also ask for counsel from experts before making some important decision concerning their children's life. Okay, so I would love to add for persons that are studying a course that they are not comfortable with or that they don't like. I feel if you have a separate skill or a career you want to choose, while you're still
understudying your current course. We can seek for, maybe you can go for an online course. Let's say you want to go into tech, you want to go into media, or you can go for an online course. So while you're still studying your current course, you're also pushing on the other career that you want to choose. Because at the end of the day, you might find out that you would still need the course you currently study. The knowledge is a waste. The knowledge is a waste actually. Because my first career, it's a knowledge that it's helping me so much in what I'm going to be. Wow. So I feel while you're there, if you know that you can't just change your course or switch to another school, if you're there, it's better you just try to look for a way to make it right rather than wasting the time and regretting the whole decision. Okay.
Yeah, and also like yeah, like what you said doesn't make perfect sense because for me also it's also really important that in this your season as a young person. It's your money season. It's a time to sow seeds of knowledge. So gather as much knowledge as you can, whether you think is related to what you want. Because what about is that even at the end, right? Sometimes when we are young, we don't even know what we want to. Like, yeah, so we don't really know what we want. Like, you might think you want this, you might think you want that. And then at the end, after 2, 3 years down the line, you will have another, oh, what I thought I wanted, I don't want it.
There could even be a new trend.
Yes, there could be a new trend where changes steps. So, and I also want to say it's okay if while making your career choices, you don't know what you want. So yeah, like you just seek guidance, right? Or even after seeking guidance and um, you don't find those jobs to this thing, you don't find out that at this point that you don't feel so convinced. It's fine. Take what's what you feel like oh, at the meantime, because sometimes it's difficult to know the future, and it's okay. And like people are different. I could figure out sense now, and then later on it takes another person. Like the child that is 10 years old knows some things, and this another child that is takes another child when he's a label figure out the same. Yes, that's very true. Yeah, so I rather than being under this pressure of trying to figure things out, just flow with life. Try to make good decisions, and if you find out that you made a bad decision, you try to fix it. I think life is better when you try your honest best to do right things and understand that if the if the if the decisions I made on the basis of the right thing at that time was wrong, I will fix it and go on. Instead of treating them like, oh, yeah, irreversible decision. As soon as I saw that, but oh, I made the wrong decision. I chose one course that time, and now I'm there, and now I cannot change my mind again. Choose us. I'll just be doing this to know my life. It's okay to understand that if there was a mistake that was made, you can find a way to fix it. That and also make you like I think that's the best part of life. We have pencils and erasers. Yeah, we would always use
Mistake identity with permanent marker. So now go the last question. What would you say about someone switching automatically to a new career altogether? This one now they already got a job, you guys me, and now they need to switch to a new career. Just shoots me direct, God that's me. Right. So if I should advise, let's say for my personal experience and what I've gotten to learn through my journey, I would say it would be wiser for maybe whenever you observe that you have a new interest where you want to switch to, yes. From that point, start building. If you have to learn a skill, if you have to learn, go to school or whatever you have to do to build your knowledge in that unique career, start doing it while you're still working with your previous career. Like, for example, while I was working as an accountant, if I had the knowledge about the career I wanted to switch to, I should have started studying or building my skill sets for that rather than just become my. So it's happened in a way that I wasn't sure about my new career. So it was when I made the good decision of, I need to find myself. I need to find where I'm feeling fulfilled. I need to find a place that works for me. That was when I started building skills towards where I am today. So I feel it would have been easier if I was building the skill while I was still working. And if I was to switch to a new career, I will not just switch as a newbie coming to start afresh. So I feel whoever wants to switch a career, start building your knowledge. Whether you are in school, start building your knowledge towards that new career. If you're already working, if you're already employed, make out time. If you're already employed, make out time. If you don't have enough time at work to build a skill set, discipline yourself to make out time at night.
Yes.
and start building that skill set. If you have the time while you're still working, make out time to build your skill sets.
Okay, thank you so much for these wonderful words of counsel and advice. Thanks so much for this word of wisdom. And to our wonderful viewers, thanks so much for always engaging by liking, commenting, and subscribing. We love you so much. And please also like and subscribe to support us and see you next videos. We love you.
See you next video.
Bye.